Well, one Elmira native took the saying "reach for the stars" quite literally. Eileen Collins went on to become the first woman to lead a space mission for NASA and had a fulfilling career. 12 News' Aaron Lawler spoke with the astronaut and is live in studio with more. Aaron.
Thanks, Kevin. Eileen Collins retired in 2006 after 872 hours logged in space. Growing up in a world where only men were astronauts, she went on to make a name for herself and pave the way for women to come. A Chemung County girl with a big dream.
I loved growing up in Elmira.
Eileen Collins grew up in Elmira, New York, at the time considered a big town. She recalls her childhood not being easy, as her family relied on food stamps and welfare.
We struggled a little bit financially. My parents split up when I was 9 years old. So, yeah, I mean, it wasn't an ideal childhood, but I would say my parents were great. I had great siblings, friends.
When asked in elementary school what she wanted to be when she grew up, it was always the same answer. She belonged above the clouds.
Now, neither one of my parents were pilots. I had no family members that were pilots. But I think living in Elmira, maybe with the soaring capital of America, watching the gliders, I think that's probably how I got interested.
But in fourth grade, the Scholastic magazine solidified her choice.
Now, my little fourth grade mind didn't quite comprehend all that technical stuff. But what my fourth grade mind did link up with that inspired me was the people, the men that flew as astronauts. I wanted to be just like them.
Although there were no women to look up to then, Collins went on to make history. In February of 1995, she became the first woman to command a space shuttle mission.
Lieutenant Colonel Eileen Collins, about to make her own mark as the first female shuttle pilot.
You know, people often ask, how did I feel? And I kind of joke, I don't have feelings, which is kind of a joke, but I really think it was a challenge for me. And I never really jumped up and down and was, you know, I'm probably not that kind of person.
Collins explains it doesn't matter where you come from. It's all about being passionate, putting in hard work, and making sacrifices.
And liftoff of Space Shuttle.
Before her first mission, Collins trained for 5 years. She was eager to make her way into zero gravity and put her skills to use.
I was so confident and I was so ready to go. And I felt like they could that any problem could happen and I would be able to handle it.
After having a successful career, finally retiring and spending time with her family, she wrote a book about her life. Now she spreads this message with young people everywhere.
Yes, you have a dream that you want to do, but I think you're more successful if you try not to be thinking about yourself all the time, but think about the mission and how can I be part of that mission.
Eileen is a rocketing example of a woman clearing the clouds out of the way for other females to fly. She told me to remember we stand on the pillars of the people before us.
Well, Aaron, thank you so much for sharing that inspiring story.